This is a question with a lot of decimals and scientific notations. It's not a hard one, but it's really messy. So the trick is to make sure you do one step at a time and keep track of what step you're trying to do. Okay, so do very little at a time. 4.68, I'm going to copy it right on. I'm going to copy this one right on. And then here I have two numbers are dividing. And then here's exponentials are dividing as well. Exponential dividing, it's actually 10 to the 5 divided by 10 to the 7. This is equal to 10 to the 5 minus 7. So this is equal to 10 to the minus 2. Okay. The reason that we do minus here is actually pretty simple. 10 to the 5 has 5 zeros. 0, 4, 5. And in the bottom I have 7 zeros. So you're actually canceling all the zeros out. Once you cancel all the zero out, there's 2 more left on the bottom. That's why we're subtracting here in the first place. The minus sign basically saying there's 2 zeros on the bottom. Okay, having done that, we're taking care of this division in the calculator. If you punch it in, I think it's comes into 2.92, and here's our decimals here. Okay, once again, I'm gonna do very little at a time because like I said earlier, it's not hard, but it's a very tedious one. So here, you can multiply those two, which my calculator, I have 28.86 times 10 to the minus 2 here. This one is still here. Now, you cannot add those two because multiplication supersedes the addition. So here, you actually need to convert it back into a decimal. So 4.68, I still didn't change this one. Now, how do you convert this into decimals? Scientific notation to decimal conversion is actually a pretty important topic here. So let's get on the side and let's take a look at it. If I have 100, I want to write it into 1.0 times 10 to the positive 2. So one way you can think is number itself. This one, I have my student literally write, this one was big. This one was small. So I better have a big number here to balance it out. Okay, if I have 0.001, and that's equal to 1.0 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, minus 3. Okay, so if you do the same thing here, I have a small, okay, and I have a big. This one better be small to balance it out. Because if you have a big one, again, big and big, there's no way you're going to make a small number. Okay, so it has to be a small number. So that's one way you can check your work. What we have over here is 28.86 times 10 to the minus 2. So I have a big number here. I have a small number here. So the number coming out should be smaller than this one, right? Big, small here. Okay. So let's put our equal sign here. It should be a small number. So 2886. I'm going to grab over here and I'll put a 0 because I know it's going to be smaller. So I'm going to make the number smaller 1, 2 places. Okay, so it becomes 0.2886. Okay, all right, so then I'm going to go back over here and write it in there. So it's 0.2886. And if you would add those two together on the calculator, it comes to 4.97. So here's your answer. Have a confident day.